Hey, how are you guys doing today? My name is Cyrus. So my channel is pretty much just like conspiracy theories and cryptids like that. But I have made a couple political type videos that seem to gain more traction than the conspiracy videos. So I decided to combine the two, and today I'm going to be talking about the history of um, my favorite president, Mr. Elon Musk. Elon Musk was born June 28th of 1971 in South Africa. His parents divorced when he was 10. His dad was a politician and an engineer, so he had a lot of money, but his mother had to work up to 5 jobs at a time just to support herself and her family. From what I've read, it seems that Elon grew up with his father, so he definitely grew up, well taken care of. He was always interested in computers and he learned how to code from a very young age. He even developed his own video game at the age of 12 and he sold it for $500. Being the nerd that Elon was, he of course got bullied all throughout school. When he was 17, Elon moved to Canada to attend university and avoid the mandatory service that South Africa has for its citizens. So he is a tri-citizen? A multi-citizen? I don't know. He has his U.S. citizenship, his Canadian citizenship, and his African citizenship. He moved to America a few years after Canada, after he graduated, and he became a citizen in 2002. Now, while he was attending college in Canada, in 1995, he actually opened his very first business. It was an online city guide and a business directory. In 1999, Elon founded X.com, not Twitter, X.com, which later merged with a different company to become what is now PayPal. He would then go on to either open or purchase Tesla Motors, SpaceX, Starlink, SolarCity, The Boring Company, Twitter, and XAI. He used profits from previous business ventures to buy into new businesses or create new businesses and basically just stack the dollars from there. If you don't know, he's the richest person in the world. No wonder he owns 7 companies, and they're all $1 million companies, except for XAI, where it is not known how much it's worth. He has been very well known for a hot minute right now, and honestly, he was on the trajectory to be one of the most innovative and smartest people of our generation of this century. He stood for science, he stood for discovery, he stood for renewable energy, and it seemed like he just wanted to better humanity. He was recognized as a moderate Democrat, and he even gave election money to Obama and Hillary Clinton. It seems like at some point he purchased Twitter, and I don't know if he just like got more comfortable or what, but you guys know. He endorsed Trump after the first assassination attempt in July of 2024. But now he is the king overlord of America, and he is also a special government employee. On Inauguration Day, Trump actually made an executive order to make Elon the head of Doge. So I'm sure you see how all of that is going, and now we are basically up to date with his life story. So now I want to talk a little more in depth about his companies. I know that everyone knows what Tesla is, and I know that everyone knows what SpaceX is, but as far as his other companies, honestly, I did not know that he owned that many companies. I did not know that he had his hands in this many places. So let's just talk about it. Tesla Motors was founded by a couple of dudes in 2003. Elon invested $5 million into the company in 2004. He secured hundreds of millions of dollars for Tesla Motors between 2006 and 2007. Their goal was always 100% electric vehicles with long battery life and quick charging. They wanted a car with futuristic tech and something innovative, something new. Their first car, the Roadster, was created in 2008. It had a high price tag, and the battery took 24 hours to completely charge. Definitely not what they were going for. Elon eventually took over as CEO later that same year. Their second car, the Model S, was launched in March of 2009. In June, Tesla received $465 million in government loans from the Department of Energy, which he did eventually pay back, and he is supposedly the only person to do that. They received money from various places over the next couple of years. In 2012, the charging stations were launched, which I'm sure you've seen at like some hotels or maybe a giant eagle. So then they made some more new cars, and Autopilot was launched in 2015. In February of 2017, Tesla changed their name from Tesla Motors to Tesla Inc., which is what it is today. They wanted to reflect the ambition of an electric-based future. Tesla not only made electric vehicles with AI driving capabilities, but they also make battery storage system and works with solar energy. Tesla has expanded from there. I mean, they have semis, they have the car in space, and the Cybertrucks are only a couple of things that Tesla has done since then. The company hit $1 trillion in 2021, and then they released the Tesla bots, which are literally the robots from iRobot. You'd think we learned our lesson from that movie. Thanks, Will Smith, for nothing. Today, Tesla has 6 factories. There are 4 in the US, there is 1 in Shanghai, and there's 1 in Berlin. SpaceX was founded in 2002, and it is an aerospace company for space exploration. They were the first private company to launch a spacecraft into orbit for it to return, but it also landed a crewed spacecraft on the International Space Station. Elon Musk created the company to revolutionize aerospace energy and make space equipment and vehicles more cost-friendly. SpaceX cemented its name in 2008 when it released Falcon into orbit and released small satellites, which is Starlink, which provides internet. Their main mission is to colonize Mars. They were given a NASA contract to resupply the ISS. In 2023, SpaceX was the first company to launch a spacecraft that came back in 2 separate pieces to be reused later on. It can carry passengers and cargo to the ISS, and hypothetically would be the same technology that we would use if we were exploring further into space. Neuralink is a nanotechnology company that allows people to use their thoughts to control different technology, whatever it's programmed to control, via a chip implanted in the brain. The chip is coin-sized and it is placed underneath the skull. It is supposedly a non-invasive, but given this photo, I would consider that invasive. Sorry. It has neurothreads that connect to the different parts of the brain that control different actions. It's currently working on an app that will allow people to control a keyboard and a mouse with their brain. Theoretically, it could speed up human processing, so our brains would process a lot quicker, more like a computer would, and memory by linking our brains to technology. It could also be used to target specific locations, like those that control anxiety and depression. It has been FDA approved and is currently undergoing human trials. Alright, let's talk about XAI. It was founded in 2023. Its goal is to use artificial intelligence to understand the universe. They were allowed to build a supercomputer in Texas at the end of 2024. Twitter's AI interface, Grok, was created by this company. It is the AI that Musk himself created. It's supposed to process things just like a human brain, only faster, so it can figure out the secrets of the universe. Only faster in hopes of scientific discovery. The AI technology not only is used in Twitter, but is also used in Tesla and also in SpaceX. Of course, we all know about Twitter. It was the cool kid social media platform that Mr. Musk purchased in 2023. He changed the name to X. But if Elon Musk cannot respect his own child's pronouns, I will forever dename Twitter. It is Twitter, it is Twitter, it is Twitter. So the last company that Elon owns is, I'm going to say, the least well-known company out of all of them, because I literally had never heard of this company, and I never knew that he had a company that did this. But the last company is called The Boring Company, and it digs tunnels underground and makes underground transport like subways. It's a subsidiary of SpaceX, but instead of focusing on space exploration, it focuses on underground. It was founded in 2017 and became independent the next year, and they build tunnels. He wants to build a 109-kilometer tunnel underneath Las Vegas, some of which has actually already been completed and is open. The Boring Company has been testing machines to dig miles underground in a week. The tunnels are supposed to use electric automated vehicles powered by the Tesla motors and batteries. So, basically, he controls space, social media, underground, electric vehicles, solar technology, AI, and the United States of America. So, I don't know if you know this, but Mr. Musk actually made some music. He made a rap track or two and some EDM music. So you don't have to go looking for it. I'm going to play a small clip and hope that it doesn't get copyrighted.
R.I.P. Harambe, sipping on some Bombay, we on the way to heaven, amen, amen.
Elon Musk has had 14 children total, but his firstborn son did die as an infant from SIDS. He had 6 kids with his first wife. He had 3 children with Grimes, and he had 4 children with the director of operations of Neuralink. Oh, and the last child was announced in February, but it has yet to be claimed by Musk to this day. Also, when I was doing research for this video, I literally typed in how many baby mamas, and this is what popped up. Nevada was his first son. He was born in 2002, and like I mentioned before, he died of SIDS at only 10 weeks old. Griffin and his transgender daughter Vivian were born in 2004. Saxon, Kai, and Damien were all born in 2006. We'll say X was born in 2020. Azur and Strider were both born in November of 2021, and Exa was born a month later. Techno Mechanicus was born sometime in 2023. Arcadia was born in the first half of 2024. Unnamed Baby 13 was supposedly born sometime in the second half of 2024. And Selden was born last month. Musk says that underpopulation is a real crisis, and let me tell you, he is doing his best to make sure that he repopulates us for sure. He's been in a couple movies, such as Iron Man 2. Supposedly, the character Tony Stark was somewhat, in the movies, was somewhat modeled after Elon Musk. And he also played in that one episode of The Big Bang Theory. So let's talk about some of the conspiracies. I think the easiest one is that it's all a distraction. He has his hand there, he has his hand there, there's this going on, there's this going on. He's everywhere, nowhere, all at the same time. Um, what 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 is behind the curtain? He could be covering up government contracts for Tesla, or maybe he knows something that we don't. Maybe he's trying to become a multi-planet emperor, which is probably most likely. That from what I know about Elon, which after doing all this research, I feel like I know him very well. This is what he wants to do. He's already taken over the United States, so the rest of Earth is it's coming. He's gonna colonize Mars and take it over, and then he's gonna keep on going galaxy to galaxy. He could be using his influence through all of these companies and the government to install his AI that he developed. He also has his hands in a couple different places where he could be funded by the government to take over the world. Hashtag world domination. What if he's dismantling American democracy for a foreign power? I mean, he could be working for Russia, or he could be working for China. Could he have used the Starlink satellites and the internet to change votes? Maybe he wants to deport all of the undocumented workers so his Tesla bots have no competition. He could be creating his AI and his robots to replace the lower class. I mean, he could be implanting those Neuralink chips into everyone's brains, including Donald Trump, and controlling people. What if he's replacing everyone with like realistic looking cyborgs that are controlled by his AI? Or I did read somewhere that he is actually just an alien, and he is using our resources to get back to wherever or take over or whatever it is that aliens are going to do. Maybe the Boring Company is actually making underground bunkers for the elite in case a nuclear war or something happens. Also, I just want to mention that he is 5,000% collecting data through government agencies, through Starlink, through Twitter, and what is he doing with all of this information that he is collecting? I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, he might not even be the mastermind. Maybe I'm giving Elon Musk way too much credit. Maybe he's just a puppet. I just want to know what happened, because it is clear that Elon Musk supported left-wing politics for a very long time, and then suddenly something shifted, and now he obviously does not support left-wing politics at all. Or maybe he is breaking down America so the elite people can purchase America. And I am just saying that Starlink provides the internet to Ukraine's front lines so they can continue to be in contact with people, okay? President Zelensky was in the White House not too long ago, and he got very publicly attacked by our president and our vice president on television. Well, Elon has been supposedly having these hacks that are now coming from Ukraine. And I honestly just think that the timing is a little perfect now that it seems our government is trying to wedge their way into Putin's pocket, and out of a peace, allyship, NATO. You know what he's doing. You know that scene in The Dark Knight where Batman is looking for the Joker, and Lucius Fox had basically hacked into all the cameras, and he was just standing in front of that giant, just screams and screams of people's, like, I don't even know if it was cameras. Whatever, anyway. He hacked into people's devices and he could see stuff, alright? That literally could be Elon Musk. Or the satellites. What if they're not just satellites? What if they're some sort of weapon or some sort of EMP to take out electricity? The world is literally ran on electricity. Imagine that the earth is surrounded by a blanket of satellites, and at the same time they release an EMP taking out everything. I mean, name anything that is not ran by electricity nowadays. We would not know how to do anything. Like, I don't want to down talk like Americans, but let me find one person on my street. Now, mind you, I live by Cleveland, so I live from the city. Find one person on the street that could survive in the wilderness for 3 days to a week. I can't find a single one of them. And I regularly go camping. What if they're a sonic barrier? Or what if it's just a barrier in general to keep something out or maybe someone in? One thing is for sure. He's got his hands dipped in a lot of places, doing a lot of different things all at once. So, at best, I guess democracy ends sometime soonish because of the current administration, or we all become chipped, brainless AI that works for Musk, or we all become Russians. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. If you could go ahead and just give a like, maybe go ahead and subscribe, I'd super appreciate it. If you have anything you want to talk about, anything you want me to cover, anything you want me to clarify, anything that you just want to argue about, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon.